I love selling stations. It was something that I've always said, I wonder how you'd get into that, and never really dreamed I would end up doing that.
Today, she's visiting a station in the Daly region, a few hours south of Darwin, where properties can be cut off for months during the downpours of the wet season. Olivia's very familiar with the country, having grown up on various Northern Territory stations and educated by School of the Air. It was a happy and nomadic childhood.
Mum and Dad are gypsies, and I think it made us really versatile.
As a teenager, she cantered the plains of Texas in the United States as a horse cutter, working alongside some of the best in the world.
The people I worked for in the States were heavily tied in with King Ranch, so I got to know those people quite well. So I worked for the Welch family. Buster Welch trained a lot of King Ranch's great cutting horses, and a lot of our great breeds today go back to Little Peppy or Mr. Peppy Sand Badger and those kind of horses.
Now she's in a different kind of big league.
I remember when I first moved to Katherine and I sold a property for just under 1.9 million, and I was ecstatic. I'd never sold anything that expensive. I mean, that was only 4 years ago, and I just sold a property last year for, well, a couple of properties for 172 million. Hello. I'm ready to work.
Doris Vale Station is on the cards today. The 67,500 hectare property was one of the first to be established in the Northern Territory. The Harrower family is selling after 40 years.
Nice.
The old boy thought it was time to put the property on the market. It's been in the family for a good while. What was it, 79, I do believe he brought into Dorisvale, and well, I was born and raised here. And I've had the good fortune of my daughter being born and spending a few years here as well. It's been a great property to the family, but I think it's, well, he agrees, and we've sort of come to an agreement that it's time to get out and venture into new things. Yeah.
Selling a property a family have put plenty of sweat, dollars and heart into is a big responsibility.
I'm sure it'll pull on the heartstrings a little when it all becomes real.
When they close that gate for the last
I think so.
Yeah.
Olivia being local and her knowledge of the area, obviously her parents were here as well in the Northern Territory, and just invaluable really, you know. She knows exactly what we've had to put in to get to where we are, and yeah, it just really does help with the whole process. Not quite tucker time, is it, gang? Yes, again, we just give them beef wiener pellets once a day.
But navigating the difficult seems part of her personality. The avid horsewoman and once champion boxer's biggest challenge came in 2015 with a life-altering diagnosis.
I had a tumour in my spinal cord, and I had a whole year of learning how to walk again, basically. Because, yeah, you have to think about it so much. But I'm a lucky person.
The grit she developed in her younger years got her through.
Before my operation, they were giving me the worst case scenario. I didn't hear a word of it. And even my sister said when I woke up and I couldn't use my legs, she said, they did tell you. I was just like, I don't care, I'm going to walk again. You can't tell me I'm not going to do that.
As someone who's proved doctors and doubters wrong, Olivia's advice is simple.
Someone once said you can be delusionally negative or delusionally positive, and I think I'm always that delusion. Like, I'm going to come to the Northern Territory and sell cattle stations. My first year, I think I made $940 in commission.
Although she's based in Katherine, arguably the cattle hub of the Territory, she's got more on her sales slate than just pastoral properties.
Hello.
Hi, Olivia.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good to see you.
She's also in the middle of finalising the listing of a mango farm.
We're ready to press go on the campaign. We have our photos tomorrow.
Yeah.
Obviously, the photographer will be out getting photos of the trees.
Olivia's made more than 500 sales from stations to roadhouses and residential properties. She started by selling houses in Cairns, but the territory's wild ways and big personalities lured her back.
There's so many characters in the north, and I've just been privileged to hear so many great stories from, you know, people that I guess you know, are celebrities in our world in the cattle industry, and you know, they're the big cattle barons, and to hear their beginnings, and it's such a pioneering place that most of those stories started from humble beginnings, and that's what I love about. They're just gritty people.
She says she can only see more demand for big properties in years to come.
There's a lot of interest in the north. I guess as how many places around the world can you buy large parcels of land with large herds? And I think that's been really attractive. But also the development side of things, like you know, with new industries or, you know, high yielding crops, there's been a lot of interest in people wanting to come up and, you know, grow protein and fibre.
She seems the right one to get them over the line. While she's wary of the tyre kickers in this business, she's never one to judge.
A millionaire dresses and speaks the same as probably a ringer. So you can never judge a book by its cover here.